kidding. Alright, so today we're going to factor polynomials when we have three things. So the first thing is a quadratic. When it is a quadratic. And quadratic means that it has an exponent of 2. So your degree or your highest exponent is 2. It is a trinomial. So we have to have a quadratic. We have to have 3 terms. And finally, the leading coefficient is greater than 1. And I forgot to finish my star and draw a line all the way across because I'm a crazy person. Alright, so it's going to be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So this time we have a leading coefficient and we have no GCF. That means that they have no numbers in common or letters. So you're still going to use the star method just like we did with our trinomials yesterday, which means that you still have to follow the sign pattern. But the first thing you do is, is everybody ready? Do we need a mo? We're ready? Alright, so you take these two numbers, whatever they may be, and you multiply them together and you put them on top of your star. So up here is A times C. What was on the bottom of our star last time? B. So B goes down here still. And then your top left and right is AX. Blessings. Now what's going to go in the bottom left and right? What went in the bottom left and right last time? Factors. Yes, who said that? Take a point. I don't know who me is because there's 20 me's in here, but cool. So you're still trying to find two numbers that multiply to give you the top and add to give you the bottom. But now our multiplying to get in the top is whatever A times C is. So all we changed was we multiplied A times C. We're still doing everything else the same. Alright, the first thing that you must do is multiply A times C. And fill in star. You still have to use trinomial sign rules. And what are the rules for our trinomials? What are the sign rules? What does that mean? I can sit here until you flip back and look at your notes from when we did trinomials before. I can doodle all day, babes. Don't worry. So the foldable that we just did right before this one, where it talks about factoring trinomials, we listed our sign rules. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to give you C and add to give you B. But what about the signs? What's important about the signs? Kind of. If C is what? If C is positive, they have to match B. What happens if C is negative? Which one? The big factor has to match B. Good. Take a point. After you use your trinomial sign rules, you have to reduce your star. Because our star makes fractions, and we have to reduce fractions. Are we ready for the excitement? Yes? Okay. All right, we're going to practice 3 together, and then I'm going to let you do the second foldable without me. Maybe. We'll see. All right, example A says 7x squared plus 29x plus 4. Now, the first thing we do is we look for a GCF. Do these 3 terms have a GCF? Does anything go into all 3? No, it doesn't. So, then we're going to look and see if we have a leading coefficient. Do we have a leading coefficient? Is there a number up front? Yes, there is. And are there 3 terms? Yes, we're going to use the star method. So everybody draw a star. All right, to start, we multiply 7 times 4. What is 7 times 4? 28. Take a point. And that goes in the top. What goes in the bottom of our star? 29, because that's our B. What goes in the top left and right? 7x. Awesome. Does everybody see where we got our numbers from? Are we sure? Okay. Now, this, yeah, you just take whatever this term is and you put it right there. Every time. And you also carry the sign with it. So if this was negative, you would need to make sure that was a negative. Just to be safe when you're matching up everything. That's a great question. All right, now what 2 numbers multiply to give us 28 but add to give us 29? 1 and 28. Take a point. Now, what does the last step say on our steps for factoring success? Reduce your star. So you cover up the middle. Can anything go into 7 and 1 other than 1? Nope. So we don't. 7 can't go into 1, y'all. So we can't reduce that side. But can anything go into 7 and 28? What goes into both 7 and 28? 7. So 7x divided by 7 is? 28 divided by 7 is? Dun, da, 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 we reduced our star. From here, put in parentheses. Now, how many parentheses did we have when we factored a trinomial without a number out front? We had 2, so you're still going to have 2 parentheses. And you're going to write it as 7x plus 1 and x plus 4. So the number on top always goes out front. The number on bottom always goes behind. Now, does it matter which side we put the 1 and the 28 on? Nope. Questions, comments, gripes, complaints? Are we ready to try another one? All right, B's in potato. 4x squared minus 13x plus 10. What do we look for first? A GCF. Take a point. And do we have a GCF of those three numbers? Nope. So then what do? Draw a star because it has how many terms? Good. Take a point. All right, Jared, what's going to go in the top of our star?
40.
Did you say 40? Good, take a point. Jayla, what's going to go in the bottom of our star? Negative 13. Good, take a point. Grant, what is going to go on the top left and right of our star?
4.
Good, take a point. Donnie, do our signs matter this time? Yes, and what are our signs of both of our factors going to be? Why? Yes, and because this is positive, both have to match this? Good, take a point. What two numbers multiply to give us 40 and add to give us negative 13? Awesome. Now, if you can't think of any, or if you get stuck, make a T-chart of all your multiples. So come over here and write 40. Write negative 4, negative 10, negative 2, negative 20, negative 8, negative 5, and then see which one adds to give you negative 13. So that's an option as well if you get confused. What do we need to do now? Reduce. And which side reduces, the left or the right? The left. What goes into both 4x and negative 8? All right, what's 4x divided by 4? What's negative 8 divided by 4? All right, how am I going to write my parentheses?
X minus 2 and 4x minus 5.
Good, take a point. How are we feeling? Landon, how you feeling over there? Are you sure? Would you tell me? You would tell me if you were confused. I know you would. I don't even know why I asked that. All right, una más, and then you're going to try some on your own. Ooh, I like this one. All right, 3x squared minus 11x minus 20. Do we have a GCF? Nope. Do we have three terms? So what do we need to draw? Look at us go. It's like we've learned something. All right, Cole, what number goes on the top of the star?
60.
Positive or negative? Good. Take a point. Whitney, what goes on the bottom of our star?
Negative 11.
Good. Take a point. Benji, what goes on the top left and right? Yes. Good. Take a point. Michael, can you tell me what two numbers multiply to give us negative 60 and add to give us negative 11? Do you need a minute to think? What do you mean probably? It's either yes or no, son. Okay, well, why don't you think? Remember, if you need to make the T-chart, y'all make the T-chart. Everybody else should be thinking of numbers with him, not just sitting there waiting on him.
Negative 15, negative 4.
Positive 4. Good. Both of you get a point. Now, why, words, they're difficult. Why is it negative 15 and positive 4 and not positive 15 and negative 4? Because you're trying, yes. We need a negative 11 and that would give us positive 11. What is the last step before we put our parentheses? Reduce. And what side reduces? Left or right? Alright, what does left reduce to? It's not over! Thank you. What?
Not you, him.
What did you say? Oh. I was just very confused. Okay, do you think you can do the 4 on the back without me? On your little cute pink foldable? Or at least work together as a team?
Yeah.
Okay. One day you're going to look back and you're going to thank me for making you work as a team.